We go up north, where suspected armed bandits have abducted 4 students in Katsina State. According to reports, the armed individuals stormed Paris quarters behind the Federal University, the SIMA, at about 2:20 a.m. on Sunday. Security operatives were mobilized to the scene after a distress call was put to them, but the bandits had already fled. Reports said efforts are ongoing to track down the kidnappers and rescue the victims safely. In the meantime, Governor Uba Sani of Kaduna State has warned those he described as conflict merchants who politicize security matters in the name of opposition to desist from doing so because their antics are jeopardizing the lives of innocent people. The governor, who made this known when he received 58 kidnapped victims at the government house, vowed to deal with such category of politicians who derive joy in the escalation of insecurity in order to further their political interests. He promised that the people of Kauru, Kajuru, and parts of Kachia who are experiencing pockets of bandit attacks will soon be sleeping with their 2 eyes closed because security forces are on top of the situation. Governor Sani said that he does not mind if political opponents insult him on social media, but promised to deal with those whose pastime is to spread lies and politicize insecurity in Kaduna State. The governor recalls that the 59 released kidnapped victims were given psychosocial therapy and treatment by the Kaduna State government for 11 days, adding that one of them is still undergoing treatment. In other news, former President Goodluck Jonathan today paid a condolence visit to the home of late Afenifere leader Pa Ayo Adebanjo, who died a few weeks ago. He describes the late Adebanjo as a man of courage who stood unwaveringly for truth and justice. During a visit to the late elder statesman's residence in Lekki, Lagos, Dr. Jonathan emphasized that no nation could thrive without upholding these values. He also acknowledged Pa Adebanjo's pivotal role in the pursuit of democracy and justice in Nigeria. Chief Bode George, former Sierra Leonean President Ernest Koroma, former Lagos Deputy Governor Koforola Bokno Akirili, lawyer Dele Farotimi, and other Afenifere leaders were at the residence of late Pa Adebanjo during Dr. Jonathan's visit. Pa Adebanjo passed away at his home on Friday, February 14, 2025, at the age of 96.
Anytime all of you for gathering here to receive us. When we learned about the death of our leader, I issued a statement. Because some of you must have read that statement. But I felt that statement on newspapers not enough. It was fine time to make this condolence to the family and the leadership of our territory. Because our dear leader was not the leader of the territory alone, he was the leader of this country.
In a related development, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar says late Afenifere leader Pa Ayo Adebanjo lived a worthy life, describing his death as a monumental loss to Nigeria. Atiku said this when he paid a condolence visit to the family of the late Yoruba leader today with his entourage. The former Vice President stated that it was a matter of honor, respect, that after Pa Adebanjo's demise, he should come and pay respect to his life, his works, his contributions to the unity and peaceful coexistence of this country. In Rivers State, Governor Siminalayi Fubara has assured the people of the oil-rich state that his administration will implement the Supreme Court's verdict after carefully reviewing a certified true copy. In a state broadcast on Sunday, Governor Fubara revealed that he has met with his legal team, who expect to obtain the CTC by Friday, March 7, 2025. He emphasized that his government is committed to upholding constitutional principles and will act in accordance with the law. Meanwhile, the governor has directed the heads of local government administration to take immediate control of the 23 local government councils across the state following the Supreme Court's ruling that nullified the October 5, 2023 local government elections. Governor Fubara stated that the civil
go about with their legitimate daily activities as we continue to do everything in our power to advance our responsibility to citizens.
In the meantime, the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, has called for a review of the Supreme Court's judgment stopping the disbursement of Federation Account Allocation Committee funds to Rivers State. In the judgment delivered on Friday, a 5-member panel of the Apex Court affirmed the judgment of the Federal High Court that bars the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, and the Accountants General of the Federation from releasing statutory monthly allocations to Rivers State. The court also orders the Martins Amehole-led faction of the Rivers State House of Assembly and other elected members to resume sitting. The Supreme Court also nullified the local government election held in Rivers State on October 5, 2024. Reacting to the judgment in a statement on Sunday, PANDEF National Publicity Secretary Obiwebi Ominemini said the judgment would impose unwarranted hardship on the people and cause mayhem in the state. PANDEF noticed that the verdict could undermine peace and reconciliation efforts in the region, urging the Supreme Court to reconsider its decision in the interest of national unity, economic stability, and social justice. PANDEF also referenced a similar incident during Bola Tinubu's tenure as governor of Lagos State, and the federal government, under ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo, withheld local government funds. The Court of Appeal sitting in Lagos has turned down a request by Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, to ban public officers from seeking medical treatment abroad. Justice Polycarp Akwaha read the judgment on behalf of the 3-man panel of justices, held that it would be an infringement or breach on the fundamental right of Nigerians, adding that it will therefore be draconian to grant the request. The other justices of the court, Justice Mohammed Mustafa and Justice Paul Bassi, agreed and affirmed the judgment of the Federal High Court Ikeja delivered on January 10, 2021. In a statement today, Mr. Falana, in his reaction to the judgment, said the Court of Appeal failed to appreciate that it is discriminatory to allow a few public officers to seek medical treatment abroad, while the millions of poor citizens are allowed to die in ill-equipped local hospitals. Elsewhere, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have arrested a 42-year-old Angolan businessman, Mbala Abuba, for attempting to traffic cocaine to Istanbul, Turkey. Abuba, a native of Zaire province in Angola, was intercepted on Tuesday, February 25, 2025, at Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, Kano, while trying to board an Egypt Air flight to Istanbul via Cairo. A statement by the agency's spokesman, Femi Babafemi, said the body scan confirmed that the suspect had ingested illicit drugs, leading to his placement under observation. He added that after several hours, he excreted 120 pellets of cocaine, weighing 1.829 kilograms in 7 rounds. In a related operation, Mr. Babafemi said NDLEA officers swatted an attempt by an auto spare parts dealer, Okeke Igwe, to smuggle 1.10 kilograms of cocaine concealed in vehicle propellers to Angola. He said Igwe was arrested on Monday, February 24, 2025, at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. You are watching News at 7 on Western Spring Television. Still to come. NLC directs its affiliates to be on alert for mass action if the federal government implements the telecommunication services charge. We will bring you more on this. News at 7 on Western Spring Television. A reminder of our headlines. Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke relaxes curfew imposed on Ifon and the Ilobu communities. Suspected armed bandits abduct 4 students in Katsina State. In Rivers State, Governor Siminalayi Fubara promises to hold fresh local government elections following Supreme Court verdicts. On the foreign scene, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer says Europe is facing a once-in-a-generation moment for security. The Nigeria Labour Congress has directed its affiliates to be on alert for mass action if the federal government implements the telecommunication services charge, contrary to the terms agreed by the 10-man committee. The decision was taken by the National Executive Council of the NLC during a meeting in Yola, Adamawa State, where the Congress inaugurated its compressed natural gas-driven mass transit buses for the North-East Zone and discussed the economic challenges facing Nigerian workers. In a statement issued today, the NLC warned that any further increase in electricity tariffs would be met with strong resistance. It also called on all industrial unions and progressive allies to prepare for decisive mass action against anti-people policies. In a sad note, 2 people have been reported dead in a multiple road crash which occurred in Ogijo on Shagamu Ikorodu Expressway while 2 others sustained injuries. According to a statement by the public relations officer of the Ogun State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Corps, Babatunde Akinbiyi, the crash involved 4 vehicles. He said the suspected cause of the accident was a brake failure. He added that traffic was affected by the time of evacuation, but normalcy has been restored. On the foreign scene, United Kingdom Prime Minister